Dave, I want to give you the floor real quick to talk about Andra Day in the United States versus Billie Holiday.
Yeah, so Andra Day wins the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama. She has been talked about as perhaps the fifth nominee for Best Actress at the Oscars, alongside Mulligan, Kirby, Viola Davis, and Frances McDormand. That fifth spot has been up in the air. No one is really sure what's going to happen because again, it's early, right? Could it be Zendaya? Malcolm and Marie, not the most well received movie, maybe not. Could it be Amy Adams? Even though Hillbilly Elegy, not well received at all. But Amy Adams did get some love. I believe it was at SAG. So people aren't really sure what's going on. But now you have Andra Day winning this award. Oh, just as Oscar Run is about to start, people are going to start putting her as in there in that fifth spot. And if it continues, maybe she's no longer that fifth spot at all, and she ends up winning this. Too early to say, but that's where we're at. And it is a really good performance, and is by far the best thing about the United States versus Billie Holiday, which is available on Hulu right now. This was a Hulu acquisition. Who sold it to them? Was it Paramount? I forget. Someone just sold it to Hulu just about 6 weeks ago, and because of the late um, breaking nature of this premiere, Andra Day actually wasn't even eligible for the SAG or BAFTA lists. So again, her awards candidacy is quite interesting as a latecomer. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is directed by Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels hasn't made a movie since The Butler in 2013 because he was making Empire on Fox for 6 seasons. So it's been a while since he's made a film. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's a Lee Daniels movie, so it's very like up and down. Has a lot of things on its mind. I like The Butler for what I remember at the time, and of course, he was widely celebrated for
Hmm.
Precious back in '09, where he was even nominated for Best Director and Best Picture. But this is really unfortunate because I feel like the Billie Holiday story is not well known enough and is very ripe for an intriguing biopic treatment. But unfortunately, the U.S. versus Billie Holiday is very standard, very conventional biopic, and kind of uninteresting a lot of the time. Like it's straightforward, but we're just chopping off plot the whole time until we get to the end. Kind of reminds me of like Seberg at the beginning of last year, where kind of a similar thing. You have this famous actress who gets targeted by the FBI for association with the Black Panthers. Andra Day, of course, as a black woman, Billie Holiday as a black woman, being targeted by the FBI for her song "Strange Fruit," which is, of course, a lyrical poem sorts about describing a lynching.
Hmm.
And people probably know that for the Nina Simone cover, famously sampled by Kanye West on Blood on the Leaves. But that song and Billie Holiday's persistence on performing the song, and the establishment and the law enforcement's desire to prevent her from doing that, for God forbid she spark any civil rights action. This is taking place in the early '50s, really. That's kind of the focus of the film. Garrett Hedlund plays John Anslinger, who's a FBI uh, bigwig who's kind of obsessed with taking down Billie Holiday and trying to bust her for her substance abuse issues.
Hedlund
And
played a evil white guy from the '60s or earlier. Sorry,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I was like,
can't see it.
I was like, Garrett, man, like, and it's also quite thankless. Like, it's really like one note. Like John Aslinger at the end, we see real life clip of him getting awarded like a medal or something by JFK. Like he
Hmm.
had a long career in the FBI, but this is like super one note, like by the book. Like it's not even like a great villain role. It's really straightforward. Um, but yeah, Hedlund coming off of playing a reformed Klansman, dude, let's do something else
Yeah,
before it's too late. That's all I
so
gotta say.
I just want to
Uh,
get him to like modern times. Let's just like let's get him into space or something. We got
Tron
to switch it
Legacy,
up.
he can do
Yeah,
Tron again.
there we go.
But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because the Andre Day performance is really good. Andre Day is an R&B singer. This is her film debut. So in the process, playing a famous musician, she's singing the songs. So she's
Mm.
bringing that whole package. But I think the role also lends itself to like an awards worthy biopic turn, because the Billie Holiday character, Billie Holiday, had her ups and downs. She had dalliances with all kinds of men and relationship issues, addicted to heroin, going up and down with that, getting arrested, both getting when she's getting like shit planted on her versus when she's just getting caught. Uh, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of room there for Day to have like emotional scenes, and she does a good job with that. I think especially towards the end when like Billie Holiday she dies of liver failure. Like she really like went down fast. Unfortunately, died in her 40s, and those scenes where like she doesn't have like makeup on, she doesn't look great, she's pretty fucked up and going out. They like really gives you like it's really really powerful, and it's just unfortunate that the rest of the movie is not great at all. What's his name? The guy who played Everybody Hates Chris way back in the day. He hasn't been acting much. He's in this movie as the famous saxophonist who was a big player and peer of Billy's. But his role in the film barely has anything to do with music. It's more about how they just got high together and stuff as like part of the band. And in general, like the movie is so focused on the plot that like nothing about Billie Holiday as an artist really shines through at all. And it's so one note about like the FBI's obsession with her that we never really get below the surface. And because this was a good enough performance, if this was a better screenplay, this could have been a much better movie. But
Yeah.
you'll probably be seeing more of it because it seems like Andre Day's going to stick around in the race.
I'm gonna check it out. Sounds like something that I would enjoy watching. And if Andre Day is gonna be in the race, man, we gotta know what we're talking about here. So I'm sad I didn't get to it. I appreciate you giving the rundown though. Um, yeah, check it out on Hulu, people.